What is the solution for like the youth? What do you think like is it's the direction we should be looking at taking?
Okay,
like people like us in
yeah,
particular that like are out here. Because my thing is like I don't think I can be everywhere at once, but at the same time I can share my experiences with others. I can open up my other people's eyes with my experiences. People that don't look like me, that might not understand things I've gone through, maybe because of the way I talk now, because of the work I do, the business I'm involved in. They think, oh, he's all right. But at the same time, you got to understand there's like a level of like trauma and experience that we have based off of who we are. Because I'm not a big fan of like, oh, screaming racism. I've never been a big fan. But what I always tell people, what you got to understand is that your race, your gender, your sexuality, everything determines your experience of this world.
Yes.
And that's tied up to historics.
Yeah.
That's tied up to everything. So you can never escape it. Like, I can't escape the fact that when I step out of this house, I'm a man. I'm a black man. I'm an African. I'm an East Londoner. Like, there's so many different elements. Do you see what I mean? That plays a part into my experience and how other people will experience me. So, like, changing the narratives and creating a more harmonious system is the way I always try to look at things. And it's difficult, but engaging in more conversations is kind of opening my eyes.
I think, as I said before, I think mental health is on the rise. And I see it with a lot of these youngsters, man. Like, they are walking around with untreated PTSD. And I think that we need to get to the root of that, because it's not just trauma from the roads, it's trauma from generations that have been passed down, it's trauma from family incidents that have happened that have not been dealt with, therefore building up this hurt, building up this pain, building up this anger, and then therefore it's got to the place where we're seeing constant explosions of hurt trauma, people that are dealing with hurt and trauma, especially the younger generation. And I think we need to have more safe places where they can speak freely about how they're feeling, about their emotions, without having to worry that they're moist or they're a simp or they're soft. That is something that needs to happen more, and that's why I'm a big advocate for having counsellors and stuff like that. I think I'd like to see more street pastors, but I just feel like Pastor Tobi's just shaking. He's just shaking.
Drippy.
Do you
know the thing is, like, I mean, I'm a big fan of Pastor Tobi. I'm not.
Are you?
Yeah, like, obviously not the religious side and how he, but I think had he been more polished in like the faith aspect of things, he's a great personality to have in terms of bridging the gap. Because I think as a entity and as a business and as a structure, they had something great going. They had momentum. There was a point I was like, during the early stages of Spac, I was like, raw, I want to be there. Like, do you know what I mean? Yo, the man them are there, everyone's lit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the energy was contagious.
The energy was contagious before everything started unraveling. Do you see what I mean? The energy was contagious. It's like they had a structure there. They had people they still have people with all sorts of skill sets doing all sorts of things. But then that's what I'm saying. The big issue with power, like if you don't know how to manage power and if you're not coming from a right place, I don't know, obviously I'm not here to judge and to say who's coming from the right place or not, but if you're not, it's easy to mislead people.
Of course.
That's the dangers.
But then it goes back to what I was saying about what is Pastor Tobi's true intentions, or for what it seems to be he's
follow the money. But what I tell you, it's the answer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Follow the money. You know where people like.
Exactly.
He's a great orator. He's a great leader of men and women and people. But I don't know. I don't know where he's going.
At the same time, he's an opportunist. He's exploiting
resources again. Come back to survival resources. I mean,
and he looks like he's living nicely. Them Bentleys and
So instead of street pop, what would